ready? All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 69th Annual University of Miami Student Media Awards. This event is brought to you by Alpha Epsilon Rho and our student media outlets on campus, including Distraction, Ibis, the Miami Hurricane, UMTV, the Media Management Association, and the School of Communication Department of Journalism and Media Management. I'm Nate Derenbacher, and I will be the incoming Assistant Student Station Manager of UMTV. The incoming station manager will be Brianna Ross, but she cannot be here tonight because she is currently studying abroad in South Africa this semester. However, she sends everyone her best, and she wanted me to tell everyone that she is very much looking forward to the position and forward to working with everyone at UMTV. Before we proceed with the show, I would like to send a little reminder that everyone please silence your cell phones. We will be moving quickly tonight, and cell phones are the last distraction we need. Also, tell your friends, family members, etc. We will be streaming the show live at umtv.miami.edu, so make sure that everybody goes to that live link. Also, throughout the show, we will not be stopping to take pictures of all award winners. Instead, we have set up this photo booth over here. And if you are an award recipient and would like to take a photo with your award, you may do so after the ceremony. Now, please join me in welcoming Professor Ed Julby, who will introduce the host of this year's award show.
All right. How do we play the video? Stand by.
Stand by.
Okay, so as many of you know, I like to bring in guest speakers from the professional world to give you a look at, an outside look at your schooling, which is why I'm very excited to bring you a special treat. So I have former Off the Wire host, Sports Desk, that's embarrassing, anchor, and current morning television host, Danny New, live from his NBC station in Chicopee, Massachusetts. Joining us. Let me cue up the live stream there.
Julby, is that what your very excited look is? Come on, come on. Just so everyone knows, we can be clear, the only time I've ever seen Julby very excited is when I gave him a box of Cheez-Its, but it was actually stuffed with SD cards.
Daniel, just stick to sharing the industry insights with the students in the room, please.
All right, sure. Tell you what, everyone, do me a favor. Raise your hand right now if in some class a teacher said, oh, you can't make it in the real world unless you're a one-man band. Now, I can't actually see how many of you are raising your hand because this is a video recording, and I'm too busy being a one-man band to have time to see who is actually raising their hand. I can't even Skype in. However, trust me, this is the way it should be, because I know people who are 35 right now, and they're out of a job in this business because they don't know the things that you already know how to do when you're 19. And this is because of the great staff that you have right here at the University of Miami. Wait a minute, Julby? Is that a smile I see? Could it be? Come on. Guys, I am very proud of you right now, Julby. Actually, why am I calling you Julby? I graduated. You're Ed now. Oh, yes. Hey, Eddie, Edward Scissor Reel. Ed.
All right. Let's just focus now, can we?
All right. That's perfect, actually, because I am very excited now to introduce somebody else, another fellow Kane, former Off the Wire host, executive producer, News Vision correspondent, and most recent 2017 graduate, S. Molly Dominic. What's up, Speedy? She's live in Chicago, Illinois. Hi, Speedy.
I had to come back. I missed you all so much.
Whoa, Speedy. Calm down. I just talked to you about big game to Julby.
I just want access to state-of-the-art equipment, but only check it out 2 days before my profile runs.
No, Speedy. You don't understand. Being an adult is way cooler. As long as you tried a little bit in college and try to get out there and get experiences, it's an amazing thing. And get this, you can even call Julby Ed.
Ed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ed.
Hi, Ed.
Hello, fellow colleague.
Ed.
Edward.
Hello, fellow adult. I'm gonna go sit down now. Okay.
That's fine. That actually wraps up this portion anyway, Julie. Tell you what, I don't know how good you are with computers. If you could just go to the top right or whatever it is and hit that red X, there you go.
And now let me introduce the real host of tonight's event and award show. Please welcome Paul Schultz.
Hello. Let me just double check that you all can hear me. Thank you, Professor Julby and Molly, for that interesting sketch. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 69th Annual Student Media Awards. My name is Paul Schultz. I'll be your host for tonight. Yeah, clap. Thank you. I'm so sorry for being your host for tonight. Some of you may know me. I'm always in and out of the comm school, always wearing this blue suit because, #broke. And some of you may know me from programs like Pulse or Off the Wire. And just to get to know me a little better, I'm a triple major in environmental engineering, physics, math, with a minor in women and gender studies. I'm just kidding, I'm undeclared. And some of you are probably thinking like, oh my God, he's made that joke before, but I'm gonna make it again. A lot of you look really good tonight. You look so pretty. Carlin, why don't you stand up and show everyone what you're wearing? Yeah, stand up. Give her a round of applause. Nice. So Carlin is wearing some Gucci shoes, some a Vogue dress, and a Michael Bublé necklace. Round of applause for Carlin. Yes. So I was asked to introduce and host this event by the lovely Boreana Treadwell, and when she asked me, it kind of went like, Paul, you have to host this event. You're so so confident and energetic, and how do people say gay? And so I was like, wait. First of all, I'm a millennial, so I don't like labels. And second of all, you right. Quite queer. But no, you guys do all look, let's be gender inclusive. You all look amazing. MJ, you look so good with your bandeau, striped pants. Kayla, love the blue shirt. Chelsea. So the Miami Hurricane is here tonight. Give them a round of applause, our student newspaper. Yeah. In 2016, they won 10 distinctions and awards, so tonight it's my pleasure to announce that they will be winning another very prestigious award tonight. So if you're in the Miami Hurricane, please stand up. Round of applause. Go ahead and sit down, that's enough clapping. Tonight I will bestow upon you guys the Julio Frankly Please Stop Killing Trees Award. 3 words: reduce, reuse, and stop printing so much paper. Sorry about that. We also have WVUM here tonight. I'm just kidding. They never show up. Ibis is also here, but I was told to say that because I don't really know who Ibis is. I think it's a yearbook. Well, we won't worry about it. But yeah, you all do look amazing, and sometimes I feel kind of insecure because, being on TV and being in front of the camera, you always have to look your best. But I do feel like sometimes seeing this picture of executive producer Carlin Dickerson helps me feel a lot better about myself. I'm kidding. A round of applause for Carlin. Round of applause. No, but I do feel like everyone in this room has like a common goal, right? Like everyone wants to make it, everyone wants the limelight, and that's okay. It's totally okay to want to be famous. But I do remember the first time I was making packages and I was editing the package and I was like, this is the one. Like, I'm gonna become famous because I'm gonna tell people the top 10 things to do in Wynwood, and it's gonna trend and everyone's gonna love it and retweet it. And I remember showing Treadwell and she was like, yes, this is garbage. And I was like, well, my hopes and dreams right over there. So for tonight, I wanted to share with you guys the editor-in-chief of Distraction, Marissa Vonesh. Is she here? Yeah. You can stay seated. It's not about you. I'm not going to drag you, Marissa. Don't worry. I'm going to drag your organization. So 2 years ago, Distraction reached out to me on Facebook via the Messenger. And they're like, hey, it's Distraction Magazine at the University of Miami. And I was like, oh wow, like I'm finally gonna get to model for them. Like this is my moment. And they were like, we just wanted to know if you had Ezra Reamer's number. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, totally, he's my roommate. I can slide you the number. And they're like, oh, and one more thing. And I was like, no, this is my chance. I'm gonna model with my roommate. This is amazing. They're like, never mind, we got it handled. Don't worry about it, thanks so much. So Marissa, I just wanna thank you for humbling me and like making me realize that I'm the ugly friend. You have a lovely organization. We also have a special guest here tonight, Victor Oquendo. Round of applause, yes. He's an ABC correspondent, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you got it.
I got it. He was actually voted most beautiful person by People Español. Right, delicioso, yeah. We had a quick interaction earlier and it was actually kind of intimidating. He was like, so you're gonna be the host for tonight? And all I can manage was, yeah, me, I'm gonna be the host. So all my dignity was lost, but Victor, I'm not weird, just queer. So thank you guys all so much for being here. We have a lovely program for you tonight. So I'd like to welcome up the chair of the Department of Journalism and Media Management, Professor Sam Torelli. Give him a round of applause.
That's a really tough act to follow. and I can't. But I do one public service announcement. I noticed a lot of my former constituency students, and several of my current constituency students, for the former students, I'm sorry. For the current students, please now. You got to study for your final exam. I don't know what you're doing here. But other than that, it's my pleasure to introduce Victor Oquendo. You know, when I found out that I'd be filling in for, I would be filling in for Dr. Paul Driscoll, who was ill today. Is that better, Austin? Good. I first asked why me, and it's because I happen to be in the office with a sport coat on. My next question was to Julby, or otherwise known as Ed, wherever he is. How'd he do in 245? And Ed said, he did well. Good thing. What I should have asked is how he did in my law class, but I understand he's not been sued, so he must have been paying attention, and that's a good thing. Victor is a native Miamian, Cuban-American family, and he's a native broadcaster. Both of his parents were in broadcasting at Univision. His father, who passed away, was a specialized director of technology, and his mom was the anchor of their Sunday evening news magazine, and is still active. Victor was here at the University of Miami from 2005 to 2009. When I found out he was selected by an Espanol magazine as one of the most beautiful people in 2009, my first question to Boreana was, what happened in 2010? Did he drop off the planet or something? But I think you're only eligible once. After Victor graduated, and he was one of our very most memorable anchors for NewsVision, he went on to the local ABC affiliate, Channel 10, reporter and an anchor, covered all sorts of stories, and rose to the ABC network. He is now their Miami correspondent. He covers, obviously, Miami, the Southeast, Latin America, anything they tell him to cover, including trips to Bolivia, among other places. It is a pleasure to introduce Victor, and I think we're going to play a short clip of some of his TV appearances.
Tell me there's some NewsVision stuff on here.
Oh, there is.
Okay. These budget cuts may not be permanent, though. In about 2 weeks, Miami will vote on a new mayor, and once that is settled, Parenti plans to meet with the incoming administration, and we'll show you how the victims of last week's Binghamton shooting may be honored. The pilots are accused of putting their passengers in serious danger by failing to check in with controllers for an hour and a half and flying past Minneapolis. The goal? To help create a clean energy economy. UMTV reporter Ryan Hughes joins us live with the story. That's it for this edition of News Vision. And I'm Victor Okendo. Thanks for joining us. Victor Okendo here at Sun Life Stadium, where we are just about an hour and a half away from the Canes season opener against FAU. Bring on the firing squad. Fire! I blacked out. What happened?
Just whipping right across my face here. To give you an idea, there was no snow out here last night at all across the beach. All of this picking up, dropping over just the last few hours here.
Puerto Rico is now reaching out to New York and Florida under a mutual aid agreement so they can send their workers to the island to reinforce the grid and get it back up and running.
Along with passion, a good journalist is also curious. Curious about how things work and why things are the way they are.
And it's my pleasure to give you Victor, one of our favorite alums. Thank you, Victor.
Yeah, not much has changed since I was at News Vision. I still sound just as concerned and shy. Thank you all, Ed, putting that together. Not sure how you dug all that stuff up. I don't know if you guys could tell, but in that clip where I was in the snow, my face had frozen and I had a lot of trouble speaking. That was the first time I'd ever covered a snowstorm. I thought that work was kidding when they said, hey, we need you to go to New York to cover this thing called a bomb cyclone. They decided, no, it'll be fine, let's send the Miami guy into that. I didn't have snow gear, I didn't have snow boots. Everything I was wearing was given to me by a producer maybe an hour before that happened. So that worked out well. Thanks for keeping that one. So I've got a few things that I wanted to say to you guys tonight. First of all, thank you so much for having me up here. It's always great to be back on campus, and it's an honor, honestly. I think most of you guys are getting ready to start your careers in this world of communication, whether it's print or television, journalism, radio, whatever it might be. And if your friends, your family, your teachers, or the constant attacks on the media haven't scared you guys away just yet, I might in the next few minutes here. By now, you probably have an idea of what the first few years are gonna look like. You'll be working some odd hours, weekends, nights, holidays, in cities you probably don't really know all that well, for a paycheck that doesn't have a lot of zeros at the end of it. Might be closer to zero, but still, I want to let you guys know I am incredibly jealous. I'd love to be in your guys' shoes. What you guys might not realize by now is that you have an incredible foundation to build on. And I know this because it's the same foundation that I had. And I got it right here at the University of Miami. That's evidence right there. So I actually didn't, a couple things to clean up. I actually didn't spend all 4 years here at UM. I transferred late, I was a junior. And as soon as I got here, I realized, I'd missed out on those first few years. You step foot on this campus and you see the state-of-the-art facilities, the teachers who have years of experience, and students, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way, where so many of you guys are so talented, and it just makes you want to work harder and be a better student. I knew that this was the place for me, and I had to work twice as hard being a transfer student, but eventually everything kind of clicked and everything came together. I got involved with News Vision. I anchored that for a few semesters, and I learned how much teamwork it takes to get a show up and running. And I also learned that no matter how much teamwork you put into it, it can go off the rails in about 5 seconds, and it happens at every single level. Also, while I was in college, I interned for the CBS local station here and for CBS News in New York. I was getting ready to graduate. I had a few job offers, some reporting jobs in South Carolina and in Georgia, and this huge anchoring job in Yuma, Arizona, which I didn't know was an actual place. But then WPLG Local 10 got a hold of my tape, and they offered me this news trainee job. It's a year-long program where I would shoot, I would write, I would edit, I'd produce, I'd get coffee, whatever they asked, it was basically, that was my job. And within the first few weeks of starting there, this devastating earthquake hit Haiti. And I remember my news director came up to me, and this is a big guy walking up to me with a purpose, and I'm thinking, all right, 22 years old, huge story, this is gonna be my big break, the hotshot young guy in the newsroom, and he walks up to me and he's like, Vic, I need you to drive our main anchor to the airport so he can catch his flight to Haiti. Swallowed my pride real quick. And unfortunately, that wasn't the lowest part of that news trainee job. That really humbled you, about as much as that video just did. So my first live shot, I was doing an update on Marlins Park. It was still under construction at the time. And it was like a standard assignment. All I had to do was, a live intro, package, live tag, that was it. Or so I thought. So I'm set up, and it's a construction site. So imagine me with like a neon vest and a hard hat on, number one. And then all I have to say is construction's underway. It's right on time. They're making every effort to go green. It's really simple. On time, it's underway, going green. What came out of my mouth when the anchor tossed to me was like, green budget, on time. Nailed it. I thought they were gonna fire me right there. The package runs, it was fine. I got through the tag. All I had to say for that was, it'll be open next year or something like that. And I thought I was done. And then the anchor asked me a question that I didn't know was coming. So there's also construction going on, so I can't really hear all that well. And she asked something about their efforts to go green. And I literally looked off camera to my photographer. I was like, it's a good question. We'll get back to you on that in later editions of Local 10 News. Back to you. Yeah, so learned a few lessons right there. First of all, they didn't fire me, which was great. And I learned to, maybe take a breath before a live shot. It's a really important lesson. And also to just be ready for an anchor to ask you a sometimes stupid question, because they do have a tendency to do that sometimes. Fast forward a few months, and I got another opportunity to go live. I was actually the only person in the newsroom at the time. This was during the World Cup, and Team USA had just scored a goal to advance to the next round, and they wanted to lead the newscast with it. Again, I got up there, I did my thing, and that turned into an audition with the sports department. This was right around the time that LeBron James had joined the Miami Heat, and the sports department needed a little help. They needed extra bodies. Next thing I know, I'm the weekend sports guy, and I'm covering the Miami Heat in like 4 straight finals runs. I got the chance to go to Brazil to cover the World Cup. It was just an incredible experience. From there, WPLG was starting a 4 o'clock newscast, and they asked me if I was interested in leaving sports and becoming a weekday evening anchor. And it's difficult. I love sports. I grew up playing sports. I love the Miami Heat. I love the Miami Dolphins, Marlins. But I knew that it was an incredible opportunity, and I was 26, 27 at the time. So I left sports, and I became the 4:30 and 5:30 anchor. And it was great. I got to cover all of South Florida. I went to Cuba twice to report when President Obama visited the island and when the Pope visited. And then my next big break, and it's tough to call it that because it was a really difficult day down here, it was the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting. It was about a year ago. And I remember walking into the newsroom that day, and again, my news director, big guy, comes walking up to me, and I'm thinking, it's not gonna be like last time. It's not gonna be like the Haiti earthquake. It was like I had a flashback. And he comes up to me and he says, look, ABC doesn't have anyone in Miami right now. They need help. Are you interested in helping out the network today? Which I thought, yeah, I'm good with that. I think I'll go ahead and take that assignment. So I rushed over there and I started doing a bunch of affiliate live shots. Nothing for the network specifically, but every station around the country started taking my live hits. And then they asked me if I wanted to be on World News Tonight. So that was a nationwide broadcast. And of course, not turning that down. And that's the story about how I got to ABC. A few months later, I was signing a contract, and now I'm their Miami-based correspondent. And it's just been a crazy ride ever since. It's an unpredictable job. I'm traveling a lot. I've covered some huge and really difficult stories. I was in Parkland for weeks and weeks on end. Before that was over a bridge collapses at FIU. About 20 minutes ago, I was actually on World News Tonight. I had a story run tonight about an apartment that caught fire in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, and it actually collapsed. So I was working on that all day today. I also covered 4 hurricanes during hurricane season. I am not exactly a hurricane expert. All my friends thought I'd become a meteorologist once I joined the network, but it was just, I'm based in Miami. We got a lot of that stuff here. So I was in Houston for Hurricane Harvey, the catastrophic flooding there. I'd never seen anything like that. And before the water had even receded, I had to get back to Florida because Hurricane Irma was coming. I'm sure you guys remember that one pretty well. I was actually in Naples as the eyewall passed over our live location, and we were doing that, you know, we were live on the air when that happened. I hadn't rested in weeks on end. It's just been round-the-clock coverage here. And then I finally get to a hotel, lay down, and I get an email saying, do you have one more hurricane left in you? There's this thing called Maria heading to Puerto Rico. It's a Category 5. Sure, I guess. And I went, and it turned out to be probably one of the worst things I'd ever seen. By the way, hurricane season is like a month away, so yay. really excited for that. Look, life in this business will throw you a lot of unexpected curveballs, and as I've learned, hurricanes as well. I didn't expect to transfer to UM. I didn't expect to start my career in Miami. I didn't think I'd be the weekend sports guy or an evening anchor or now a correspondent with ABC reporting for Good Morning America and World News Tonight. But what I did do was work hard, learn from my mistakes, and keep my eyes open for the next opportunity, and did my best when the time came for that. So that's what I hope you guys will take away from my story here tonight. So look, if you have a passion for this crazy world of communication and you're able to embrace everything that comes your way, good and bad, especially in the beginning, because it will be a grind, you guys, you will succeed. And when in doubt, kind of just lean on and remember the foundation that you built right here at the University of Miami. I've done it countless times. That's what I've been doing since I graduated from here. So again, thank you guys so much for having me up here tonight and listening to my story. Truly honored. Thank you. What do we got? It's a clock? I needed one. Very cool. Thank you so much.
And it works during hurricanes.
Does it?
Victor Kendo, our Communicator of the Year. Thank you, Victor. My next job is to announce the four senior awards for academic excellence. Each year, the faculty selects 4 seniors, one in each of the 4 majors in the department, to make this award to. And I will not trust my memory lest I embarrass myself. So first, for media management, we have Nicole Randolph. And yeah, we didn't think Nicole could make it. Next, the outstanding senior in electronic media, Julie Kolakowski. Julie? No. Next, geez, did anybody tell them they were winning? The outstanding senior in journalism, someone with whom I've worked closely. Anytime a journalist needs to work with a media lawyer, that's not always a bad sign, and that's Isabella Cueto. And then the outstanding senior in broadcast journalism, who you've all seen up on the screen, Carlin Dickinson.
Thank you, Professor Torelli, and congratulations to all the outstanding graduates. One more round of applause for them. Please help me welcome Professor Anna Francois to present the next award.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm glad to see that my current students are actually studying right now for finals, right? I'm here to present the Pfister Award. So this award is given every year for an outstanding junior. The hardest part about this award is convincing the junior to come to this event, so I had to bribe him with pizza, and I couldn't tell him why he was here. So Outstanding Junior of the Year in Media Management is Alvaro Baez. Please. Thank you.
And continuing with the media management theme, please welcome Dr. Michael Dupin, Michelle Dupin, to present the Media Management Association Awards.
Good evening. Good evening. The Media Management Association, or MMA Awards, were established to recognize outstanding undergraduate work, such as major research paper and projects that you love all, that are related to media management. We have 3 winners this year. The 3rd place winner is Kaylin Chen. The other 2 winners are not able to attend the awards ceremony. One is sick, the other one is studying overseas, but I want to mention their achievements. The 2nd place winner is Dana Magian. And the 1st place winner is Samantha Yulin. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all the winners.
This year, UMTV won a number of prizes, including 1 Student Emmy Award, 2 Best of BEA Awards, which is a first for us, and a big deal. That's kind of corny, but it's in the script. 1 BEA Award of Excellence, 7 finalist nominations for the National Broadcasting Society Awards, 4 Associated Press Awards, and 1 SPJ Mark of Excellence Award. And now the UMTV Awards, the first ones will be presented by the faculty advisor to NewsVision and Off the Wire, Professor Boriana Treadwell.
So those of you who spent a lot of time in Studio View and you know who you are, you may have seen the flag on the wall that dedicates the studio to the memory of Robert Corley Groves. So Groves, for those of you who don't know, was a very successful UM alum who worked for a number of TV stations, including ABC News. He died very young in a car accident in Washington, D.C., and the next few awards are established in his name. They're given to students who exhibit both dedication and excellence in TV producing. This year we have 8 students who have proven worthy of receiving the Robert Corley Groves Award by excelling in producing programs and segments for UMTV. Those of you who I've worked with on NewsVision and Off the Wire and different classes know that I have been a producer for many, many years, and I know how hard this job is, and I know how underappreciated this job is. So you guys who do this job have you know, you're awesome. You have, you're really good. So I appreciate you a lot. So 2018 recipients of the Robert Corley Groves Awards are the executive producer of Sports Desk, Amanda Fuentes. The executive producer of Sports Desk, Valerie Ferrante. The executive producer of Sports Desk, Luis Gonzalez. The executive producer of NewsVision, Rebecca Chung. We'll take pictures later. The executive producer of News Vision, Kelly Saberi. The executive producer and host of Off the Wire, Tej Joshi. He's not here tonight. The executive producer of Off the Wire, Joseph Landing. And last but not least, the executive producer of Pulse, Carlin Dickerson.
Now, the next awards are for outstanding service to UMTV, called the Rex Pompadour Awards. And presenting them is UMTV's Manager of Broadcast Operations, Alex Morales.
Hi, everybody. I'd like to start by recognizing, first of all, two of the UMTV assistants, Celine White, which has done a great job, and Anael Gavison, which is doing the camera up there. By the way, Victor, she was the one that had to go through all that footage. Oh, wow. Yeah. Sorry about that. So UMTV was launched way back in 1981. Rex Pompadour was the very first student manager of UMTV. Sadly, he did not have a chance to graduate from UM because just like Robert Corley Groves, Rex Pompadour died in a car crash while he was visiting his family for Thanksgiving break. He was only 21 years old. In recognition of his dedication to UMTV, each year the Rex Pompadour Award is given to students whose service to the station goes above and beyond the call of duty. This year, 6 students are receiving this honor, and they are: he's online editor for the Miami Hurricane, reporter for News Vision, and executive producer of Newsbreak, Tommy Fletcher. She's news editor of the Miami Hurricane, director of News Vision and Sports Desk, and executive producer of News Vision, Amanda Herrera. I really missed Andy Barton giving me the award, right? No, you're doing great. She's reporter and anchor for Pulse and Uni Miami and executive producer, Sofia Espinosa. He's associate producer for News Vision and Sports Desk, director of Sports Desk, and executive producer of Off the Wire, Justin Stevens. Woo! He's reporter and anchor for Sports Desk and News Vision, Yihat Shatara. Last one. She is reporter and anchor for Sports Desk, News Vision, and executive producer of Uni Miami, Brianna Nesprout. Congratulations to all the winners. Back to Paul.
We have one more UMTV award for outstanding achievement in reporting. The award was established last year in the name of another talented School of Communication alumna whose life also ended way too soon, Jordan Schumann. To present this year's recipient of the Jordan Schumann Award for Outstanding Achievement in Reporting, please welcome last year's recipient, Erica Ortstad.
It was a great honor to become the first recipient of this award last year, and although I never had the chance to meet Jordan in person, I feel that I know her just because of hearing all the great stories about her. It's my pleasure this year to present the Jordan Schumann Award for Outstanding Achievement in Reporting to one of my fellow JMM brothers who has gone above and beyond in finding memorable stories and telling those stories. He'll be adding this award to the several others he had already received for his work this year, including the Student Emmy Award and one of the 2 Best of BEA awards that the school was awarded for the first time this year, ever, actually. And the Jordan Schumann Award for Outstanding Achievement in Reporting goes to David Pereira.
Thank you, Erica. Next, we move on to the awards for the Miami Hurricane newspaper. This year, the Hurricane has been honored with 3 SPJ awards and 2 College Media Association awards. Please welcome the Hurricane's outgoing news editor, Amanda Herrera, and online editor, Tommy Fletcher, to present the Miami Hurricane's Student Media Awards.
Okay, so I guess we'll start with the video.
I stayed involved in the Hurricane because it was always interesting. You always met a new, intriguing person. You were always being inspired by stuff you were learning. You got to know so much about campus and your community.
It's really amazing to go out to a lot of the great events, not just at the university, but also in the city of Miami. So whether I'm covering the Pride Parade or if Drake comes to campus, that's really exciting because suddenly we get to report on something that the students really care about.
Oh yeah, so I just know something about every single person on campus. I feel like there's, when I walk on campus, I'm like, oh, I interviewed you, or I know some small detail about your existence.
The Miami Hurricane in general has forced me to I guess, adjust to any situation and kind of, I guess, rise to whatever occasion that they need me to rise to.
My favorite part of being in the Hurricane has been the hands-on experience that it has allowed, because it's something completely different to learn something in class than to actually put the work in and do it and kind of roll your sleeves up and go through the difficulties of it and face the challenges and be resourceful to overcome those challenges to then make a finished product.
The Miami Hurricane is a family to me. It's a place that I originally felt almost like I didn't belong. That I didn't have almost what it took to kind of write at that level, to report at that level. And I'm at a point now after 2 years where I feel like I do, but in more than one way.
And I think my favorite part about this is that I know this is forever impacting my college experience. I was talking to my dad and I was telling him how grateful I was to be part of the Hurricane because I've gotten to see so much of Miami, the culture, the community. And I've got to meet incredible people along the way.
What are you gonna miss most about the Hurricane?
That made me cry. It's become such a huge part of my life that I almost can't separate my life from the Hurricane. It's always interesting and always exciting, and it's such a great community that you have. My staff are my friends and are the people that inspire me and uplift me. So. I'm gonna miss all of it, just being in this magical, unique environment.
So we figured we'd start off by telling a cheesy newspaper joke. So what newspaper do dinosaurs read? The prehistoric times. I'm so sorry. You're not going to do that joke now? Okay. Okay, so we'll go right into the awards. So for this year, 2017-2018, Best Columnist at the Miami Hurricane goes to Dana Monroe.
I don't think she's here. And Best Editor goes to MVP Isaiah Kim Martinez.
Best Social Media Presence for this year goes to Annie Capetta.
Best Multimedia goes to Tommy Fletcher.
Our copy queen for this year goes to Elizabeth Gelbaugh. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. And then last but not least, Most Improved for this year goes to Amanda Herrera.
That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Distraction Magazine is the award-winning monthly UM magazine here on campus. And now I'd like to invite Distraction's Editor-in-Chief, Marissa Bonesh, to present the next Student Awards.
All right. Well, can you guys hear me? Okay. Well, I don't have a video, but I do have a sappy speech because this semester actually marks our 10th anniversary, and our magazines came out today, actually on stands, marking 10 years of Distraction. So, yeah. We've created the print publications, we've launched a new website, we've boasted our social media presence, and we've expanded our staff. We've traveled for conferences and we've won some awards. We've stayed up late in the office and stretched ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. But more than anything, this past year of Distraction, we've cultivated a new culture. A culture of collaboration, of teamwork, responsibility, creativity, and authenticity. My main goal as Editor-in-Chief was to weed out some of the negative aspects that Suite 202A harbored. I wanted the magazine to be a refuge for all types of students, a place where designers became photographers and where PR managers became reporters. An oasis of funky ideas, a place to push boundaries, and ultimately a home. A year later from starting this mission, months of hard work from every member on staff, much of this vision has come to fruition. This last deadline, so just like 2 weeks ago, vital members of our core staff had other commitments, and I witnessed people step up like nothing before. This last issue, which is on stands this morning, like I said, celebrates our 10th year as a publication at UM, and I can firmly say that this is the best magazine we have ever produced. And it's fully due to all the hands that touched it in its process. An award could be given to every single member of staff, and I truly believe that. But tonight I want to specifically celebrate Distraction with 10 awards, one for each year of its existence. The first award is for a freshman, a member who came to our staff without any hesitation. She expanded her skills, dived into every single aspect, from the creative aspect to the final editing process. She's been open to mentorship, and she is our future co-editor in the fall. I want to award Gianna Sanchez with the Rising Star. Next, she's not here tonight, but she's very similar in hustle, and I want to give her a shout out. She's a quiet force on staff who started right before even we had classes begin. She emailed me and picked up a story, and she's a triple threat in photography, design, and copywriting, and her name is Kelvin Moyers, and she's the understated. So yeah, give it up for Kelvin. We
wouldn't be a magazine if we didn't have content, obviously, and I want to recognize 2 stories that produced a lot of buzz around our publication this year. The first one is for online, and unfortunately the writer isn't here tonight, but it is What Black Girls Are Tired of Hearing About Their Hair, and that is by Michaela Manning, and it's our online story of the year. Secondly, for print, this story included interviewing over 15 different people, investigating different aspects of campus life and historical trends about sexual assaults. It ended even in creating a pledge, and it is our best print story of the year, and it is on Mentu by Teddy Wilson and George Chabot. The 5th award is for a member of our print staff who's fairly new but has become a prominent editor and an unmovable force. Originally just a contributor, she took on the position of a special section editor without any hesitation. She constantly brainstorms ideas, she's worked with her writers, and she's helped in any capacity that she can. If you just check out this current issue, she's even featured in 2 different stories as a model. For the most dedicated print member, I want to award it to Isabella Vaccaro. Online has also seen a huge increase in staff retention this year, and most of that is due to the freshmen who joined our staff this year. This particular member can be seen all across campus, and she's usually in an SG polo or with a huge smile pasted on her face. For our most dedicated online member, Abigail. The magazine would not be what it is without student body recognition. If I had $1 for every time somebody made a joke about getting distracted, I would probably be a millionaire. But that's also contrasted to the amounts of times I've told people I'm writing for distraction, and then they tell me it must be so great to write for distraction, like for fun. They don't understand that it's a publication, and that's really hurtful to me. But this past year, we've seen the bins are empty, our social media presence is booming, and people know who we are. The public relations team has flourished this year, and so I want to recognize the 2 women who have really put that to boost, and that is Gabby Rosenblum and Elizabeth Pizzulli. This next person in the course of the year has done almost everything. He has created our website, he has designed ads, and he has held the online team together. And most importantly, he has helped bridge the gap between online and print. For the man who just can't seem to say no, George Chabot. I think most people know distraction by design, and I think that's a fair statement. We wouldn't be here without our designers, and this designer in particular dedicated her late night hours to the magazine despite the fact that she had to get up at 6 a.m. for rowing practice. I want to thank Alexa Aguilar and give her the Designer of the Year award for being a constant on staff and bringing us to new heights. And the 10th and final award goes to our MVP on staff. This woman has been my sanity for the year. Our photo studio is her living room. Her mentorship and friendship has been priceless, and she has shot some of the most incredible spreads I could even imagine. Sydney Sherman, without a doubt, is the magazine's MVP. that's all I have for you. Check out our magazines and support us. We love you. Go Canes.
Thank you, Marissa. So the script says, Ibis is not the only last bird to leave town before a hurricane, and our own mascot, Sebastian, but also the name of the award-winning Yearbook. Here to present the Ibis Yearbook Student Media Awards, please welcome Editor-in-Chief Alice Ramirez Canas.
Hi guys. So, from the after effects of Hurricane Irma to having to expand our football coverage because they just couldn't stop winning, it's been a crazy year in the office, and despite many hurdles, we've been hard at work and we've managed to turn things around. That last sentence is a hint to our theme in the cover, so it's gonna be shiny and we can't wait for you to see it next fall. Before I move on to awards, I wanna thank Randy Stano, our advisor, and Dean Prepke. Their constant support and wisdom has been key to keeping things running as smoothly as possible, and we wouldn't be as successful without them. This first award goes to someone who gets all of their stuff done and then some. They have been there to take photos at the last minute when no one else could, and they've offered to help edit my awful sports captions. I'd like to present the Comes in Clutch Award to George Chavo. Every year we present the Ibis Messer Award to an outstanding new staffer, and this year's recipient is not only has an outstanding work ethic, but she has an outstanding personality. She was quick to become a part of our little family, and the office has definitely been more fun since she joined. This year's Ibis Messer Award goes to Madison George. A book is only as strong as its spine, and without a good one, it would honestly fall apart. This person couldn't be here today, but I wanted to give her a shout out because this staffer, she honestly holds us all together, and without her, this book would have been a lot harder to manage. The Holds Us All Together Award goes to my managing editor, Sabina Chikali. Let's give her a round of applause. Like a grandma, the staffer doesn't tell you what to do, but she's always there to give you words of wisdom. When she handed the book down to me, she let me fly off on my own, but she stayed behind to lend a helping hand, and this year would have been a lot harder without her. I would like to present the Grandma Ibis Award to Caitlin Castillo. This staffer is a borderline superhero. From having to create ads for portraits in a matter of minutes at 9 p.m. because Stano popped into the office with an idea, to teaching me how to do things on InDesign, she's always there when you need her the most. The most likely to save the day award goes to Casey Liu. This last award goes to someone who makes the office feel like home. Seriously, she keeps a blanket in there. She's the most generous person you'll ever meet and the most hardworking. She's become my partner in crime and at times my caretaker. She literally forced me to drink water and Gatorade when I had the flu. The most valuable Ibis Award goes to Morgan Thompson. Thank you guys for your time, and watch out for the book next fall.
Next, we have the Senior Awards for Outstanding Achievement and Service at the School of Communication. Please, once again, welcome the Faculty Advisor to UMTV's Sports Desk and Advisor to the NBS-AERho UM Chapter, Professor Ed Julby.
Okay, So, Alpha Epsilon Rho, or AERho, is the honor society within the National Broadcasting Society. It was founded in 1941, and UM's chapter dates back all the way to 1949, which was like the last time someone did a good profile project in 245. Is that a lie? Is it a lie? All right. Each year, 5 seniors are honored by AERho for academic achievements and outstanding service within the School of Communication. These awards are voted on by the School of Communication faculty. It's my pleasure to present to you this year's AERho Award recipients. When I call your name, please stay up here. Don't go back to your seat right away. The first recipient is Kayla Haley. Our next recipient, Kate Hovan. Our next recipient, over there in the orange, Meredith Sloan. Our next recipient, Joseph Landing. I don't think our last recipient is here, but Nicole Randolph? No. Okay, so we'll pass it on to her. So congratulations to the 5/4 of you. So the next award that I'm going to present, and it's the final one for this evening, goes to the outstanding senior who's received the most votes from faculty and peers. It's in honor of my predecessor, Carolyn Sheffalo, and honor her service and longtime faculty member here at the School of Communication. This award recognizes one graduating senior for professional and curricular excellence. Every year, the award goes on to one of our 5 outstanding graduating seniors standing here before you right now, well, only 4 this year. And this year's recipient of the Sheffalo Award is Kate Hovan. Congratulations. And now back to Paul. You guys can go. Yes, yeah.
So before we finish and wrap up, I'd like to thank the engineers who so tastefully put together this program. Austin, Wade, and Rod. A round of applause for Austin and Rod. That's all we have for the show tonight. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations to the winners, and please go next door for your picture of the awards to be taken. Please step there.
One of the outstanding seniors for a graduate program, he came in late. He didn't get his award.
Do you know who it is?
It's Marwan.
We have one more award for a senior.
Graduate.
A graduate. Take it away. Take it away.
Sorry, well, the outstanding graduate, he wasn't here, but he did come here now. Marwan, please come up.
Sorry about that. Take it away, Paul. You guys are free to take pictures. Thank you all for attending. Have a great night. Thank you so much, Victor.